in Galway here, so thanks for joining. Really appreciate you coming along to our session this morning. If you are new, don't worry about getting the movements exactly right. Just follow along and just do what feels really, really good for you, just to get you energized and get you moving for the morning. We are going to start off with a little bit of self massage. So starting with the head, I'm just going to take my glasses off so I don't knock my glasses all over the place. Again, do what feels comfortable, do what feels good for you with this massage. We're just going to start with, maybe quite applicable for the southeast of London at the minute, so we've got raindrops on the scalp, so just tiny, tiny, gentle raindrops on the scalp. Tapping gently. If any of this self-massage that we do doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good, then just don't do it. That's absolutely fine. It should feel nice. It should all feel good for you. So you're just tapping over the scalp. And then we're going to come to the eye sockets and just gently with your thumbs, just gently press on the inside of the eye socket up there, on the eyebrow, just press on that bone area and gently pull across like that. Just press up and gently relaxing the brow, relaxing the forehead. And you might feel you need a little bit more pressure there. If you want a little bit more pressure there, that's absolutely fine. And then we're going to go very gently into the temples. 2 fingers, just very gentle circles into those soft spots. It's almost like hardly touching, just gentle. All the time we're just breathing softly, just allowing the breath to be natural and soft in and out through the nose. And we're going to go onto the ears, just gently squeeze, squeeze, and then earlobes, just gently pull down. Go do that again from the top of the ears, squeeze, pull down. One more time on the ears. And then either side of the nose, just gently rub little circles. This is good if you have any congestion first thing in the morning. Not forcing anything, just gently rubbing. And then we can come into the big jaw muscle there where you feel, open the jaw and then you can just feel the joints there, circles. And then we'll go around the back of the head. Get your thumbs right underneath the skull there. And circle as much or as little pressure as you feel you need at this moment. And then I'm just going to come up to standing. Let's go. I'm going to come down here so you can see it properly. Either side of the sternum, either side of the chest. Again, you could do it with fingers lightly, or you could do it with fists, with the knuckles. Just what feels good for you. If this doesn't feel good, then you just don't do it. But we're just going up and down each side of the sternum. And what this might initiate, what you might feel you want to do, is just take a slightly fuller breath in. So calm, fuller breath in, just gently in through the nose. And it could be a sigh out, it's like a morning sigh out. Just let go, just cleanse and clear. And then we're going to go down the arm. Let me just get that angle right there. It's a bit better. We're going to go down the... No, it's not. Hang on. We're going to go down the arm line. So if I'm mirroring you, you're going down the left arm. Gentle tap down the inside of the left arm. Turn the arm over, gentle tap up the outside, and then you can come into the shoulder. Again, if this doesn't feel comfortable, just take a rest, just take a moment. Gentle tap down the inside, turning over. Just go carefully if you've got any rings on or any watches on. Ideally, you shouldn't have any rings on, any watches on, he says, with all his watch on and his ring on. Just one more time down the inside. And then coming up the outside into the shoulder. And then we'll do the other arm, so down the inside. From the outside into the shoulder. Down the inside. The outside into the shoulder. One more time down this arm, down the inside, up the outside, into the shoulder. And then just give the arms a shake out, just shake out, let the wrists go. You can maybe make a sound as well, take a full breath in, cleansing and clearing, moving the energy around, waking up. And then just let the arms slow. And we're going to move on to the lower back. So same as you did with the sternum a bit, from the lower back, each side of the spine. So you're not actually knocking on the spine, just you feel these big muscles down the lower back, gently tap up and down. This self-massage is great for getting the blood flowing, so you're bringing the blood to the tissues, to the fascia, to the muscles, to the joints. But also you're clearing all of the toxins, helping to clear toxins out of the body. So lymphatic drainage. We have a system in the body called a lymph system, which drains toxins out of the body. And that lymph system isn't powered by the heart. The heart pumps the blood around the body and the oxygen around the body and clears the CO2, etc. The lymph system only gets the movement going through movement and through breath, through the movement of the diaphragm and through movement of our body. So that's why it's important to move gently, get some vibration going through the body to help clear that lymphatic drainage. Now we've done the lower back, we go buttocks, then back and side of the legs. Just bending the knees as you come down. Turn round to hands, and then you're coming up the inside of the legs. And we're going gentle knocking the hips. Again, if any of this doesn't feel comfortable to you, just stop. Gentle tapping in that crease, in that hip fold. And then we go again. Back of the legs. All the way down. Inside of the legs, inside of the thighs. Into the hips. One more time. Let's go round from the belly, down the back of the legs. Inside of the legs. Into the hips. And then, if it feels comfortable to you, gently on the belly. Feel that softness in the belly. Breathing easy. And then just take a moment. Just let the arms relax. Stand tall. Comfortable standing position. Feeling very grounded and stable through the lower body, strong through the lower body. And then light and lifted through the upper body. Nice, long, strong, light spine. Soft face, relaxing the face muscles. Remember that inner smile. That inner smile. Doesn't have to be a big cheesy grin, it's just a softness in the face. The softness in the gaze. If you've got space in front of you, use that panorama, use that perspective in front of you. Soften the eyes, soften the forehead. And then step out, so shoulder width apart. Simple flow, we're going to move into some flow now. These flows, we're going to add a little bit more strength to some of these flow movements. But we'll start off with a simple one, open the flow. Breath in, breath out. And really see if you can just get that sense of undulation. The body expands and softens. So I was just explaining to the group on Zoom. I'm here at a conference, or not a conference, a meeting, a collection of Master Oxygen Advantage instructors in Galway, working with Patrick McEwen. And we've had some amazing presentations by some very, very top-level people who really know their stuff. And one of the presentations was a physio from New Zealand, who works with a lot of the rugby teams, and he was talking about grounding and how important grounding is, actually that physical contact with nature, with the earth. So at the minute there's no, even though I'm barefoot here, I'm not grounded because I'm standing on a plastic floor, so I'm not grounded. And then one of the other conversations by a guy from the States, fantastic trainer in the States, was talking about tensegrity, that we breathe with the whole body. Breathing with the whole body. And it's that whole body movement as we're doing this. It's not just I'm lifting my arms up and down, it's that whole body movement. So just what feels good for you. Just going with the flow. Going at your own comfortable pace. Breath in as the arms float up. Breath out as they soften and relax. Body expands as you breathe in, and then softens and relaxes as you breathe out. And notice that it's a continuous movement, continuous flow of movement. So it's very different to maybe if you go to a gym or think of doing repetitions of a movement. This is just a gentle, continuous flow, guided by the breath. Breath in, and the arms flow up. Breath out, and the arms flow down. And see if you can tune into the space now. It's almost like that little stillness at the top, that little lull at the top of the breath. And the space at the bottom of the breath. You can really just relax and chill out in those spaces in between the breaths. And then when you're ready, just move into stillness in a resting position, just standing. Next move, very simple move again. A very clear intention to the movement is flying. So it's just as you can imagine, if you're flying, arms come up to the side and then back down. And as you're flying, as you expand, as you breathe in, you maybe raise a little bit higher. And then as you breathe out, as you soften, you can sink a little bit lower. But again, just do what feels good for you. There's no need to move exactly like me, or if you're on Zoom, watching others on Zoom, there's no need to follow people on Zoom. Just feel what feels good for you. Do what feels good for you. Remembering all the time, there's no force, there's no overreaching, there's no strain. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, elbows soft, wrists soft, fingers soft. Breath just light and easy, in and out through the nose, guiding the movement. We're going to do something now a little bit more challenging. Have a go. If it's too challenging, then we just come back. You just come back to flying like this. But if you want a little bit more of a challenge, we can do some single leg balance with the flying. So if I'm mirroring you, I'm going to shift the weight now to my left leg. Balance, stabilize on that left leg. Just bring the right knee up. And then slowly back down. Ball of the foot, heel of the foot. Shift over to the right side. Make sure you're balanced first. Slowly back down. And what might happen at first is that you start to hold the breath and start to hold tension here. If you soften into it, breathe in, breath is light. Breathe out. And it might just take a few, if you've not done this before, it might just take a few balances. And the great thing about balance and this is that actually there's a lot of benefit if you actually wobble and lose your balance, as long as obviously you're safe, you don't fall over. But there's a lot of research to show that actually losing your balance gets the brain to send chemicals to learn, to go, what's going on here? I need to learn and make new neurological pathways. So actually people who are wobbling are most probably getting more benefit out of this exercise than people who are doing this going, I'm perfect at balancing. Nice and slow. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Remember there's no start or stop as well. So we're not reaching a point and then returning from that point. It's a continuous flowing movement. Let's do one more each side. And then take a rest again. Let the breath settle. Come back to balance. Now we're going to do tiger squat, and then something actually we were just chatting in the Zoom about with Sally. Similar movement, but with a different intention. So if you practice the tiger squat before, you know we take our feet about shoulder width apart. The first thing is to create a little bit of tension, good tension. Remember, not all tension is bad, not all stress is bad. So good tension here through the fingers. It's like creating tiger claws. That engages the back muscles. So that gives you a very good, nice, strong spine. Now we just bring the hips back, hinge the hips back. So you just go and sit as if you're sitting on a chair behind you. And just go to that comfortable space. Again, it's not about forcing. I don't want you to think of doing an exercise as a squat. And then you just soften and you use the legs, use that lower body to come back up to standing. And then again, tension, tiger claws, clawing down, keeping that upper body lifted. Just going to that comfortable place. If you feel any pain, if you have any pain in your hips, you just stop. And we do these very slowly, very, very slowly. And our breathing is just light, it's soft. You don't have to breathe in any particular way. Just keep it effortless, easy, natural breathing. Make it as slow as you can. Do a couple more. ready, take a rest. I'm hoping the internet connection is okay because it looks a bit jumpy on Zoom, so I hope you can all see me and hear me okay. It's nice slow squats, tiger squats there. Now what we can do is do it sort of like the intention the other way around. So Sally was mentioning with her Qigong teacher, Tai Chi teacher, they were talking about picking up a boulder, which is a different intention. So actually, if you're going to pick up a boulder, we're not going to create that tension at this stage. We're going to keep nice and relaxed and soft with the upper body. We're going to hinge our hips back. But actually, imagine there's a big boulder down on the ground there. So you're going to come down. You round the arms to actually, because you wouldn't hold a boulder like this. It's a boulder, so it's nice and big. And then here, this is where you then create that tension because you need the tension to lift that boulder. You also maybe need a little bit more awareness and engagement here in the glute muscles, in the hip area. Not pulling too hard on the belly, but just engaging a little bit there and then lifting that boulder. And then holding the boulder. And then slowly putting that boulder down. And then you can come back up soft. So there's a different intention behind the movement. There's most probably a few different things going on with the breathing there. There's a little bit more bracing, but you still want to have an element of breathing with that. So the boulder's not a big heavy boulder. Because if it was a really heavy boulder and you could literally only lift it once, you would literally hold the breath. You would hold, lift. So you'd engage a lot more here with that. But that's a really nice way of looking at same movement really, but with different intentions, which is why, as you know, if you've been to the classes before, I love the idea of the Qigong because it gives you an intention to what you're doing. You're not just counting reps. I'm doing 10 reps. You've got a purpose for the movement. So let's do that one once more. So softly down, hinge the hips. And now, boulder, hold the boulder there. Nice and strong here. You have to be strong on the back. You can't be down here. You have to be strong on the back. Nice strong back. And then lift. And then lower. And then let go, and then come up to standing. Good. Let's just finish off with some pulling down the heavens. So breath in, nice and light. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Bringing your hands across. Placing on the lower dantian, just below the belly button. Bringing the feet together so the feet are almost touching. If it feels comfortable for you, closing your eyes and just giving yourself a few moments just to realize the amount of work you've done in this, good work, good quality work you've done in this past half hour. Got the blood flowing, the energy flowing. Lots of space in the body for breath. And this standing posture is called bamboo in the wind. So you just visualize very strong piece of bamboo, but there's also that flexibility about it, because otherwise it would break. So you just allow the body just to rock and sway, spiral, whatever it needs to do. And then when you're ready, Just taking a slightly fuller breath in through the nose, calm, full breath in through the nose. At the top of that breath, opening your eyes, stepping out. Gentle brush down now, just gently rubbing the hands together, brushing over the scalp, down the back of the neck, down those arm lines where we did the self-massage, down the lower back where we did the self-massage, down the legs, inside of the legs, giving your tummy a rub. Nice. Hope you are feeling energized, ready for the day. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate your time and attention. Next Tuesday, it will be a replay of a classic class because I'm actually travelling up to Scotland next Tuesday, but I will be back on Thursday with a live class. So we'll be back live, 7:45 on Zoom, 8 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. Tuesday will just be on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch the class. It will be broadcast live, in inverted commas, between 8 and 8:30 on Tuesday. So I wish you all a great weekend. Enjoy the weather, whatever's going on wherever you are, and I'll catch up with you next week. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.